guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kate, and on this channel we talk about books and stuff, so welcome. So glad that you're here. This week what I'm going to be doing is something a little bit different than what I've done in the past, and I'm actually going to be bringing you guys along with me to show you what a realistic week of reading looks like for me. Most of my reading usually happens in the evenings. I do work full time, so I can't read during the day. Sometimes I get a bit of a break. If that happens, I'll show you guys. Usually I'm an evening reader. I do read typically a couple hours a day, but of course it depends on what I'm doing that day. Sometimes I don't read at all. So I'm just gonna kind of show you what my week typically looks like. And as we go, I'm gonna do a bit of a count to say, how many pages I read per day, and we'll kind of see what happens. The books that I have on my radar are, drumroll, we have the 6th and 7th book in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas, so Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn. These books I just started yesterday, so I have made a little bit of progress in them. I think between the two I've maybe read about 100 or a little over 100 pages, and between the two I think there's about 1,400 pages, so I have a lot of reading to do. I'm not entirely confident that I'm going to be finishing these this week, but I have a pretty slow social calendar this week, so we'll see if I can get a good chunk of reading. You guys will see some live reactions of this. I'm super excited about these ones, particularly Empire of Storms. I've heard is phenomenal, so I'm so excited to read these. If you aren't familiar with these books, I am tandem reading them, which a lot of people recommend doing because they happen on the same timeline and have different characters. So you can look up a specific reading order and you can read them at the same time, reading specific chapters in a specific order. As you can see, I tabbed out my book, so I know exactly when to change from one book to another. I'm super concerned about mixing something up and then spoiling something the way that it's not meant to be read. So I tabbed it all out to make sure that that doesn't happen. And then I also printed off, I found the reading order just online. I just Googled it and it was like the first link that came up. So I printed it off and then kind of folded it up into like almost this little bookmark. And then what I'm doing is every time I finish a chapter, I'm just gonna like cross off the chapter that I've read. So it tells you when to switch, what chapters to be reading in what order. So I'm hoping that this prevents me from mixing anything up. That obviously is a lot of fantasy. So to break it up on my Kindle, I am going to be continuing to read The Addicted to You by Becca Ritchie. This is the first book in the Addicted series by these two people. I think they're sisters. Maybe they're even twins. I'm not sure. This, of course, I'm reading on my Kindle, so this will be with me on the go. So if I do get a break at work and have a chance to read, this is the book that I will be reading. I am not taking these around all day, so this is definitely the book that I'm reading throughout the day. Also, sometimes in the evenings, I like to read this as well. Probably not gonna finish these ones this week. I think I can finish this one this week. I'm about 40% of the way through, and I think I can just get this done. I can do that. All right, so these are the books that I'm gonna be reading this week, and fingers crossed I get a good chunk of reading done. You guys are gonna be able to follow along, so let's see how that goes. All right, so I'm just in my car right now. I just finished up with the last client at work a little bit earlier than I expected to, so now I have a little bit of wait until I have to go see my next one. So sometimes this happens throughout the day, and this is when it's really nice to have my Kindle because I can just easily pick it up, read a couple pages, and then be on my way to my next person. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna find my Kindle, it's in my purse. So I'm just gonna pick up Addicted to You, and I'm just gonna read a couple pages of that, probably 20 minutes or so, and then I'll be on my way to see my next client of the day and get back to work. See you guys later. I just got home from work. I did only end up reading for like that random 20 minutes that I got today at work. Now I'm just gonna sit here and read a couple chapters of Empire of Storms before I make myself some dinner. I did check my little handy bookmark here and it said that I just have to read chapter 9 and chapter 10 until I switch back over to Tower of Dawn. So I think that's like the perfect amount just to sit here and chill for a little bit and do some reading before I make myself some dinner. So let's do that. Empire of Storms is so crazy already. I feel like every chapter that I'm reading, there's some new like little like mini battle type thing that's happening, and it's like with different characters, different battle. Like, it's crazy so far. Like, I'm literally on page 102 and so much has happened. This book is insane. I love it. This literally happens every time that I try to sit down and film. I end up with some animal on me. It's hard being a cat mom, honestly. It's not even 7 o'clock yet, but I did put on my comfy clothes and get into bed, so I do plan on continuing to tandem read maybe another hour or so. I will say already, I see what people mean when they talk about these books, and they say that it's really hard when you're reading Empire Storm to then go back and read Tower of Dawn, because I've already noticed like this book is like, it's so fast paced right now. Like, there's so much happening even in the first 100 pages. But now I have to go and read a couple chapters of this, and I'm just like not excited. I just want to keep reading Empire of Storms. Not that this one's bad, it's just that like nothing's really happening yet. Like, people are just talking and like meeting each other, and this one is like people are like fighting and there's like little battles and things, so that's fine. I've got some Tower of Dawn chapters to get through first, and then we'll go from there. Guys, it's taking me so long to read this book. I just keep reading like a page and then going on my phone and reading another page and then going back on my phone. And I have like a couple pages until I can go back to Empire of Storms, but it's just taking me a long time. It's not that I'm not liking it. It's not that. It's good. I love Sarah J. Maas's writing, but I'm just like, I'm not invested yet. It's just so daunting knowing how much I have to read of both of these books that I just like, I don't know. It's dragging. Okay, just looked and I have 10 pages left until I am done this segment, and then I get to go back to Empire of Storms. Oh, I also get to read one chapter of Empire of Storms. I think what I'll do for tonight, I'm gonna finish what I need to read of this book, and then I think I'm just gonna take a little break, and if I read another book tonight, I might just read on my Kindle and read Addicted to You. So they'll give me a little break. All right, so I'm about to call it a night. I think I'm done reading for what I'm going to read today. I'm just going to probably chill on my phone for the rest of the night, but it's nearing 10 o'clock, so I'm going to need to go to bed soon anyway. I'm in bed. I need to go to sleep soon. I'm already in bed. I'm usually in bed for like hours before I actually go to sleep. I did kind of total up the amount that I read for today. So the total amount of pages that I read today was 118. Most of that was Tower of Dawn, and then I read a bit of Empire of Storms, and then like 2 chapters of the Addicted to You book, totaling 118 pages. So I feel like that's like, you know, a normal day for me, nothing crazy. I'm not like a particularly fast reader. I might be a slow reader. I'm not really sure, but it does take me a while to get through a book. So I just spend a lot of time reading in order to read books. But anyway, I will catch up with you guys tomorrow, and we'll see what we read tomorrow. Hey guys, it is now Tuesday morning. I'm just waking up. I haven't stepped foot out of bed yet. So I'm literally just waking up in this exact moment. I'm gonna go make myself a coffee, and then I'm probably just gonna get back in bed and read chapter 2 of my book before I get ready to go to work. Hey guys, so I'm now back home from work. This morning and during the day, I did end up reading 1 chapter of Empire Storms in bed this morning, and then I read a chapter of the Addicted to You book on my Kindle during my lunch break. I don't always get a lunch break, so I don't always get the opportunity to read during the workday, but today I did get a little bit, so I just kind of sat in my car and read my book. I think, so now that I'm home, I'm just going to kind of chill and unwind for a little bit. I'm probably going to read just a couple chapters of Empire Storms and Tower of Dawn. I'm just looking at like what I have to read now, and I have just one chapter of Tower of Dawn, and then I have a couple Empire of Storm chapters coming up. So I might read like 3 chapters, I think, because then after that I have 3 chapters of Tower of Dawn to read. So that just seems like something I don't want to do right now. So I'm gonna read I'm gonna read at least a couple chapters and then probably put it down before I have to really do like a couple in a row of Tower of Dawn. So that's kind of my update right now. I will check in with you guys again later and we'll see where I'm at that point, but that's what's up right now. Match your cat to your book style. I just want to say that I think that it's so interesting now, like the further that I get into the series, seeing all the characters that we saw and met in all those little short stories, those novellas of Assassin's Blade, how they actually like come in and play a role later now, and knowing how important Assassin's Blade was to kind of meeting those characters and developing those characters' backstories. Like every time that you see a character or hear a name that you met in Assassin's Blade. So we have met one of those characters now in this book, and it's interesting knowing where she came from and where she is now. I am reading this and I think I was kind of thinking about like, why am I like really like finding this one so like hard to understand? And I think that the main gripe with this one right now is the fact that because the people that this book centers around are in a different location than we have been in really all of the other books, we're meeting so many new characters and there's so many new names. And I just find for myself, I'm always somebody that has a hard time remembering new names, remembering new characters. And I just truly cannot remember which one is which and like what all of their specific roles are in this society. And I think once I get that kind of straightened away, it will make a bit more sense to me. All right, so I just finished reading for what I'm going to read for tonight. I'm going to head to bed now because I think it's close to 11. And I just wanted to touch base and give you guys my daily total for today. So I just ran all the numbers. And what did I get? I read 79 pages today. Most of that was Tower of Dawn, I think. Oh, super satisfying. When I was running the numbers, I found out that I'm now on page 134 on both of these books. It just like ended up perfectly that that's where I needed to stop in both of them. And like, it's the small things in life, right? It's the little things. And that just made me really happy to figure that out. So, Tower of Dawn, things were like starting to happen. So that last chapter was actually like a little bit eventful. So that was nice to actually have something happen because there was still just nothing happening. Yeah, so we've made a little bit of progress, but yeah, 79 pages today. I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. I just want to show you the view that I'm looking at right now. Like, honestly, when I say that my cats don't leave my side, that's what I mean. So I'm just going to show you. Like, this is them. I'm just constantly covering cats. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, the cats are with me. Don't know how I feel about this book so far. I feel like I'm still not super loving it. I think the main characters are very flawed individuals. I like likable characters, and these characters, it's not like they're unlikable, but they're definitely flawed. It's a friends to fake dating to lovers. It's kind of like the trope that's happening right now, but you can see like you feel the underlying tension and knowing that like something's gonna happen. There's going to be hit a tipping point with this where like things are not gonna go well. I think it's so fun. We were just introduced to a new character in the story. His name's Connor, and I think he's so funny. He gives all these like backhanded insults. Like he comes off as this like kind of friendly guy, I guess. He's like a very studious guy. He's tutoring Lily in the book. And he'll just say things that like, I don't even think that he realizes are insults, but they are. And some of them are just so funny. Like I could just picture being in that situation and you just being like, did he mean to be insulting with that or not? I don't know, but I'm really like enjoying his character so far. I think, I'm not sure, but I do think that he's more involved in some of the future books. So we'll see. I just finished reading chapter 17 of Empire of Storms, and I literally think like I took 3 breaths reading the whole chapter. I was just like sitting there like, oh my gosh, I couldn't breathe. Oh, you never know in Sarah J. Maas's books whether things are going to go well or not. And I was like, I thought it was one where things were going to go badly. It's like, this is it. I'm not going to be happy about the way that this chapter ends. And then, oh my gosh, I did not see what was going to happen. I did not see what actually happened coming. And oh, I don't know. Is the next chapter in... Okay, good. Okay, we're continuing. I hate it when something happens and then a chapter changes to a different perspective, but we're staying on the same track. So this is so good. Final check-in for today. I just sat in bed and read for probably about an hour, and I just wanted to let you guys know what my totals were for today. I read a total of 114 pages today. I read 39 of those were Tower of Dawn, 40 were Empire of Storms, and then 35 were from Addicted to You. So that gives my grand total so far for the week for just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 311. So averaging about 100 pages a day, which I feel like is pretty decent. So I'm happy with that, and I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow, and we'll see how much reading I get done then. Hey guys, sorry for the absolutely abysmal lighting. I say that like the whole video hasn't been abysmal lighting, but okay. This is the first time I checked in today. It's now Thursday. I've just had a super busy day today. I haven't checked in because I haven't read anything at all today. But I got home, I did some grocery shopping and things like that, but now I have the rest of the evening to myself. Also, super fun things. I did just get a tripod. It just came delivered to my door via Amazon. So that's really great. I was previously using like a cardboard box and then a couple books, like big textbooks stacked on top of it. And now this is so easy. Just like set it up and then put it and shoot it wherever I want. I love it. I also got these little mics, which I thought would be good for like the sit down vlog so that the audio is a little bit better, but I just tried them out and the audio honestly is pretty terrible on them. It's not good. It's really like crackly sounding, and I don't know if that's just like me not really understanding how tech works very well. Like maybe that's something that's a super easy fix and I don't know, so I might play around with it a little bit, and then if it's really not working, I'm probably gonna send them back, which is sad because I was excited for these. But all that to say, I'm gonna read for a little bit now. I'll read some of the tandem read, and I will see you guys later. Hello there! So I've just finished reading a couple chapters of Tower of Dawn, and then I get to read a chapter of Empire of Storms, and then I'm back to Tower of Dawn. It's honestly like a full-time job keeping up with the reading order of what I'm supposed to be doing with these books, but I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. It's really satisfying now that I'm actually making some progress in the 2 books, just seeing myself make that progress and know like at this point I'm around page 200, I think, on maybe both of them. I think I'm a little further on Tower of Dawn, but knowing like, hey, if this was one book, I'd be like getting close to finishing one book by now. So I think like there's no way by the end of this week that I am going to have finished either of these books, but I still think that I can probably say that I read one book this week because I'm getting close to the quantity that would be one book. And I think that that's just something I need to tell myself. Otherwise I'm going to get discouraged because this tandem read is taking so long. I think honestly, like maybe I'll get some good reading done this weekend, but I think it's gonna probably be like mid next week before I finish this tandem read. So it is taking a while. Don't let that discourage you if that's something that you're worried about, because it is actually quite fun. Like I'm having a good time reading it. There is a lot of points of view to keep track of. Like, I don't know, I haven't counted them, but there's probably at least like 7 or 8 POVs. At this point, you know all the characters. I think there's only 1 or 2 new POVs that you get to see in this tandem read. So like for the most part, like it's all familiar characters. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna sit and read for a little bit longer, and then I will catch up with you guys later. Hey guys, it's now Friday morning. I'm just getting ready for my day. I'm gonna be heading into work in about half an hour, but I thought I would just give you guys an update on yesterday because I really didn't vlog very much at all yesterday, but I wanted to let you know what my reading totals were for the day. I did end up reading 65 pages, so it was a bit of a slower reading day for me, and that's just because I had a really busy day at work and I just didn't really end up reading much. I just kind of ended up doing things yesterday. Imagine that, doing things other than reading. What a crazy world. What a crazy time to be alive. Anyway, yeah, I read 65 pages, so that was my slowest day of the week. Today's gonna be the last day that I'm vlogging. It's just gonna be like a 5-day work week, what I read in a week. Most of my reading does end up being on the weekend, but it's actually my birthday tomorrow and I'm having a bunch of friends over for that. So I know I'm not gonna be reading much then, and then Sunday, I would like to spend a lot of Sunday doing some editing. So I think I'll just wrap it up at the end of the day today and I'll let you guys know what I've read. I was really hoping that I would finish Addicted to You by end of day today, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. That's gonna be like my little personal goal today though, is to read a lot of that. So at least I can finish one book in this vlog, but we'll see if that actually happens. I'm not gonna hold my breath for that, but I'm just gonna finish my coffee and then get ready for the day, and then I will check in next time I'm reading. Hey guys. Checking in again. It's now almost coming up to 9 p.m. and I have not opened a single book today. So previously when I said I'm planning to finish Addicted to You, let's not set that as a goal anymore. That is off the table. I will maybe get another couple chapters read tonight, but I think that's probably it. I've just had a super busy day. I had a long day at work. I'm hosting brunch here, so I'm trying to get as much done tonight as I can so that I don't have to worry too much tomorrow morning when people come. But that does mean that I didn't really get much time to do anything. And then I went to Costco, did some grocery shopping. Yeah, so I'm gonna start to read a little bit now, but I will let you guys know how that goes. But we're not getting a lot of reading done today. And this is what it is. It's just a realistic reading week in my life. And that's all we're expecting from this. And this is real life. Guys, I really don't know what happened there. It's now a Sunday morning and I meant to do a wrap up Friday to tell you guys kind of the summary of the week, but things just got away from me. Things really just got away and suddenly it's Sunday. Friday night I ended up just getting really tired all of a sudden, and I always know when that happens it means I'm gonna have a migraine on the next morning, and I did. So I didn't feel great the next morning, and it was also my birthday yesterday. So I just took some Tylenol, drank some water, and then I was cooking some of my friends' brunch yesterday. So that was really fun, and my migraine did end up going away pretty quickly. So that was really lucky, because sometimes they stick around a lot longer than you think they're going to, but yesterday I was blessed that it just went away. Yeah, and then I had my friends over for my birthday and it was so much fun. I'm truly so blessed to have such great friends in my life. We all brought our own little designated hobbies because we call ourselves the hobby hoes because we all have our own little hobbies that we like to do. So some people were crocheting, some people were knitting. It was so much fun. We just hung out all day and just had a really great time. So I had a lovely birthday with them. And I did get some very sweet gifts as well. Just truly blessed, so happy that I had such a wonderful birthday. So I didn't get any reading done yesterday, and then today I'm just gonna do the wrap up now. So Friday, because I was starting to get really tired, I did not end up reading very much. I read one chapter, which was 7 pages long. So that's my conclusion for Friday. But looking at the whole week, I read 383 pages from Monday to Friday. So let's divide by 5. So that's an average of 76 pages per day. So I would say that probably on average is slower of a reading week, but looking at what I was reading, I was doing the tandem read, and that's like pretty intense. I don't want to say intense, but it's very fantasy. And fantasy I find I just read a lot slower. So I think if I was only reading like rom-coms this week, I probably would have read a lot more than I did, because sometimes I'll sit down and read like 3/4 of a book in an evening, and that obviously is not what happened this week. But I'm really pleased with the reading that I did get done. So just to kind of review what I did, so I was doing The tandem read, I'm not even halfway through either of them yet. I'm probably about maybe a third of the way through both of them at this point. Right now, Empire Storms is chalking up to probably be a 5-star read if it continues the way that it is. I am eating this book up. I am loving it so much. It is so action-packed. It's everything that I want from this series in one book. It's like, you know how the last 100 pages of Sarah J. Maas books are always like crazy and everything happens? This feels like the last 100 pages of a Sarah J. Maas book, but it's just the whole book. And truly, it's so far the best book in the series that I've read. This book right now is probably likely going to sit around like a 3.5 to a 4. There's not a lot happening. I still want to know where the story's going, and I really do enjoy Sarah J. Maas's writing, and that's what's keeping me reading. I think if someone else had written the same story that's happening in this book and just didn't use the writing that Sarah J. Maas wrote, I would really not be having a good time because there's really not a ton happening. There's a lot of build up though. You can feel things are going to happen. So I'm hoping that closer to the end, more things do happen because there's a lot more left to go. So it's a lot of book to read for not a lot of payoff if nothing happens. And then Addicted to You is the other one that I was reading. I didn't finish this one either this week, but this one is probably about a 3-star right now. I'm not super connected to any of the characters. I am enjoying it. I think it's a good read, but I do always find when I read books where kind of everything, where the relationships are toxic. That's what this book is. It's about toxic relationships. It's about these people that have these addictions. It doesn't make me feel the same way as when I read a book where the characters are super likable and it's just like a cute rom-com where the boy is just so in love and perfect, whatever, right? This is different. It's not like that, so don't go into it expecting that. It is a romance, but it's not a rom-com by any means. So I am enjoying it. I will continue the series, but yeah, about a 3-star really right now. I'm interested to see where our main characters kind of grow and develop and how their relationship goes, because right now, I don't know, it really could go any way. So that's the wrap up of what I read this week. I hope that you guys did enjoy it. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. And I'm so happy to have you here. I'm so happy that you made it to this point and watched this video if you made it this far. I'm really excited to finish reading all of these books. So these will all hopefully be in my January monthly wrap up. If you enjoyed this video and you want to give a comment, why don't you comment down below what you're reading right now and what you think that you will give it. All right. You guys have a lovely week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.